So today we are going to proceed with 5.2. Okay, Assalamualaikum to the Muslim, and again a very good morning to every one of you. I hope you are all doing fine there. How's the weather at your place? Was it nice Tuesday? Bagaimana cuaca di tempat kamu? Hujan ke? Ada yang hujan? Cerah? Rainy?
Rainy.
Rainy. Still rain there? Masih hujan lagi?
No.
Aku crying. Kenapa Ong Jeng? Okay, clock crying. Okay. So students, so today we are going to continue as I mentioned earlier with 5.2, damping and resonance. Okay, so you have clear with the properties of wave, fundamentals of wave we learned before in 5.1. Okay, so in this content standard, we have 3 learning standard only which you have to know very well. The first one is to describe damping. Okay, is to describe damping and resonance for an oscillating or vibrating system. Remember students, oscillating and vibrating system produce wave. Alright. Okay, so to understand resonance and damping, first and foremost, let us take a look at this first case study. I want you to observe the motion of the pendulum and see what happened to the amplitude. Okay, before that, what is amplitude refers to? Anyone?
Maximum displacement.
Yeah, maximum displacement from where?
Equilibrium position.
Yes, very good. Okay, maximum displacement of a wave from its equilibrium position. Ini center line ni kita panggil equilibrium position. Okay, so I want you to observe what happened to this amplitude of this pendulum. Okay, video ni tak ada sound You can see the pendulum is vibrating to the left and right, and finally it went to a stop. So what happened to the pendulum? What happened to the amplitude of the pendulum?
Decrease.
It decreases. Okay, you can see that the amplitude decreases and finally it comes to 0. Okay, when the pendulum comes to a stop. Okay, the second question, what causes the pendulum to stop? What do you think the reason causes the pendulum to stop vibrating?
Air resistance.
Yeah, air resistant. Kafai say air resistant. Any other answer?
The energy transfer.
The energy transfer. The energy transfer. Okay, energy loss. Okay, any more? Frictional force. Okay, so that is the reason. Actually, the reason why it stopped oscillating because of the loss of energy in the system due to air resistance or frictional force. Okay, so let's check on the next slide. Okay, this is the second case study. Sama juga.
Have you been on a swing in the playground? What can you say about the amplitude of the swing?
Again, see the amplitude of the swinging product.
The
amplitude of the swing. Okay, again, you can see that. Okay, I think most of us has this memory in our childhood. Okay, biasa tak main dekat sini playground? When was the last time you went to the playground? Bila kali terakhir you pergi taman permainan? Okay, students, yesterday. Oh, baru saja yesterday. Okay, very good. Okay, a few months ago, Nicholas say. Okay, so here it say what happened to the amplitude of the swing. Again, you can see that the amplitude decreases with time. Okay, and the second question down here, what can be done to maintain or to increase the amplitude? Okay, now, how to answer, how to figure out this question, student? Give a push. Okay, very good. Saya pergi snatch kid. Don't do that. So what can be done to maintain or to increase the amplitude? So just now you see the mother have to give a push, okay, in order to make sure the swing oscillated continuously. Okay, we have to give external force to the swing. Okay, very good. Okay, now this one will bring our understanding to damping. Okay, again, when the pendulum oscillates, it has energy. What type of energy it has the moment it oscillates, student?
Kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy. Remember, any moving object possesses kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy. Okay, then what happened? This energy is used to overcome air friction while it is oscillating. And as the time goes by, as time passes, more energy of the pendulum is being used to overcome the air friction. So this will cause the energy to be decreases. Okay, when the amplitude become smaller and smaller. So this is what we call as damping. Okay, the pendulum experience damping. So you can see the sequence from number 1 to number 5. This situation bring our understanding to damping. So how to write damping? If you ask to write what is the definition for damping, so what are you going to write? Macam mana nak tulis damping? What is damping? From number 1, 2, 3, 4, how can you conclude damping? A stop action. Okay, any other idea?
An oscillation with its amplitude decreasing with time shows
Okay,
that the
any
system
more?
experiences a gradual loss of energy.
Okay, any more, girls? What do you say?
Decrease in amplitude.
Decrease in amplitude. Okay, any more? Okay, before we write the definition for damping, okay, let us take a look first. So damping we can define as decrease in amplitude, okay, decreasing in amplitude due to loss of energy in an oscillating system. Okay, damping refers to decreasing in amplitude due to loss of energy for an oscillating system. Okay, now let us take a look at this example. This is the effect of damping in a vibrating system. So this is a hacksaw blade. Okay, so this hacksaw blade is released to be vibrate from position of X. So it vibrate to Z, Y, and then back to X to complete one oscillation. Okay, move the plasticine to the position X and release it. So the question is, what happened to the amplitude of vibration if you release this blade from this position and it oscillates freely? So what will happen to the amplitude? Again, it will be
Decrease.
it will be decreases with time. Okay, as the time goes by, you can see that the amplitude will be decreases. Okay, so we write decreases. Okay, decreases. So second question, state a relationship between amplitude of vibration with time. So how can we relate the amplitude with time? Okay, how to write? State a relationship between amplitude of vibration with time. Okay, inversely proportional, Nicholas say. Yes. Okay, so we can say amplitude decreases with time, which is inversely proportional. When the time increases, so the amplitude decreases. Okay, we say amplitude decreases with time. All right. Okay, and then number 3, give one reason for the answer into why is the amplitude decreases with time. Student, what causes the amplitude decreases with time? 2 reasons. One reason.
Loss of energy.
Loss of energy. Okay, any more? Loss of energy. Yes, very good. Okay, loss of energy or decreasing in energy. Loss energy due to air resistance. Okay, all accepted. Okay, number 4. What happened to the energy possessed by the plasticine and the blade? So what is this energy used for? Tenaga itu digunakan untuk apa?
Overcome the air resistance.
To overcome the air resistance. Okay, so energy loss as heat due to friction. Energy loss as heat due to resistance. Energy loss as heat to overcome resistance or to overcome air friction. Okay, sama juga, same meaning. Okay, and then now you have to sketch a displacement time graph to show the damping process. So the graph you can try to sketch and you can see the example on your workbook on page 129. Okay, you can turn on your workbook, turn to page 129, diagram 5.8b. Okay, that shows you the example of damping process. So here is the amplitude, okay, or the displacement. And then on the x-axis is the time. So you can see that the amplitude decreases with time. So in the future, the moment you see this graph, you know this is a graph involving damping. Okay, so are you doing good so far? Students?
Yes. Very
Are you
good.
doing good until this point? Tak ada apa yang susah lagi kan? Okay, so you sudah tahu damping apa? Decreasing in amplitude for an oscillating system due to loss of energy. Okay, very good. So this is the definition. Baru belakang sekali kita tulis. So damping is the reduction in amplitude. Okay, reduction or decreasing in amplitude in an oscillating system due to loss of energy. Okay, the keyword is reduction in amplitude or decreasing in amplitude, and then second, due to loss of energy. Okay, actually there are two types of damping. Okay, first we say external damping. Okay, external damping, this is due to the energy loss to overcome the friction or to overcome a vibrating system involved. Okay, the keyword decreasing in amplitude, oscillating or vibrating system due to loss of energy. Ada 3 keyword dekat sana. Reduction in amplitude, oscillating or vibrating system, and then the third keyword is loss of energy. Okay? Okay, external damping caused by energy loss due to air friction or air resistance. And then we have internal damping. Okay, the energy can also lost due to internal damping. So what is internal damping? It is due to the stretching and compression, okay, of the vibrating particle in the system. When a spring is oscillating, okay, the molecule inside, okay, the particle is stretching and compress continuously to stretch and compress. So this will cause the particle to lose energy, okay, due to the stretching and compression continuously. So remember, external damping due to friction or air resistance, and then internal damping due to stretching and compression of the particles in the vibrating system. Okay, so I hope you're clear with the 2 types of damping there. So can you please go to your workbook on page 1 to 9, students? Can we complete the notes there, number 1, 2, 3, and 4? Are you there? I hope you're all there in page 1 to 9 in this purple book. Okay. Activity A, damping. Diagram 5.A shows a loaded spring oscillating vertically, while diagram 5.8B shows displacement time graph for the oscillating system. So for the notes, number 1, what to write there? Damping is a situation decreasing in the
Amplitude.
amplitude. Yes, you write there amplitude. Okay, decreasing in the amplitude of an oscillating system when, yes, very good, when energy is lost as heat. Okay, how about notes number 2? When a system is damped, the amplitude of the oscillation decreases. Yes, very good. Decreases slowly until the system stops to oscillate. Okay, number 3. What of oscillation of the system remains the same? What of the oscillation of the system remain? Look at this graph. Okay, look at this graph either on my screen or in your book on page 5.8b. What of the oscillation of the system remain the same? Apa yang tak berubah?
Period.
It is the period, okay, the period ataupun the frequency, okay, the period. You boleh tengok sana ada T, label with T, okay, so that is period. Okay, period of the oscillation remain the same. So bila period dia sama, mean the frequency also remain the same, okay. And then number 4, you have to complete the chart there. Damping, we have 2 types. Okay, as I show you just now, we have external damping. So you write on the left, external damping. And then on the right, internal damping. Okay, what causes external damping? You can refer to this slide. Okay, energy loss due to friction or air resistance. Or you can write exactly like this. Energy loss to overcome friction or air resistance. While for internal damping, energy loss due to stretching and compression of the vibrating particles in the system. Okay, and the example is given there for external damping, air resistance and water resistance. And for internal damping, the intermolecular forces. I mean the forces between the molecule inside the system. Okay, did you all get for number 4? Are you done with the chart? If you're done with the chart, you can type done, okay, and the info message here. Then we can proceed with the next slide. Okay, done, students? Okay, Xinwei done. Very good.
Done.
Okay, and then let's proceed with the next part. Okay, now let's take a look at the application of damping in our daily life. Okay, you can see this baby is sleeping in a cradle. A mother puts her baby to sleep in a cradle. Okay, siapa ni kecil-kecil dulu macam ni, you ada duduk dalam ni lah. A mother puts her baby to sleep in a cradle. She needs to move the cradle up and down continuously, or else the baby will start to cry when the cradle stops oscillating. Okay, so the first question here, what happened to the movement of the cradle when the mother stops moving it? So the amplitude of oscillation of the cradle decreases and stops. Okay, when you answer according to physics concept. Okay. Ong Chang sudah besar panjang, tak muat dah, putus cradle nanti. Okay, so we say the amplitude of oscillation of the cradle decreases and finally it stops. Okay, and the next question, suggest a phenomenon for the movement of the cradle in A. Okay, what is the phenomenon where the amplitude decreases? So this is what we call as, students, suggest a phenomenon for the movement of the cradle in A. Just now in A, we say that the amplitude decreases. So amplitude decreases, that is phenomenon. That is what we call as damping. Nicholas, phenomenon, damping. Okay? Yes. Okay, and then C. Okay, C is K-bar. What can be done to help the mother to maintain the movement of the cradle? So if you are the mother or the brother or the sister who used to take care of your elder brother, younger brother or younger sister, what can you do to maintain the movement of the cradle?
Remove air molecule.
What can you do to maintain the movement of the cradle? Keep pull up and down. Okay, biasa you tengok kan ada orang ikat dengan tali kan. Ada orang attach a string to it, so can continue oscillating while you can do another work. Or you can put a motor. Kan sekarang you ada tengok yang electrical cradle, put a motor, gunakan motor. So this is another method where we can maintain the movement. So we say give external force to the cradle. Tadi you ada bagi tahu, you have mentioned this in way earlier. Give external force to the cradle. Okay, so what happened when we give an external force to the cradle? So the external force applied to the cradle give additional energy. Okay, give additional energy to the oscillation to replace the energy loss due to frictional force. Okay. So kita bagikan dia daya luar, external force. For example, we can put a motor there or we can tie a string so we can continue move it from other place. So sambil you baca buku, you boleh ayun adik kamu juga. Okay, this is what we call as external force. Okay, are you clear with that?
Clear.
Okay, so the keep pull up and down kafal, we say that as external force, either manually or with the help of any other devices. Okay, then that's to do with damping. Inilah yang you tengok tadi. Okay, so the oscillating system supply with periodic external force is said to be in forced oscillation. So the moment we add in external forces, now the system is forced to oscillate. So kita panggil dia forced oscillation. Dia bukan lagi natural oscillation. Okay, it is called now as forced oscillation. Okay, so that's to do with damping. Okay, sudah habis. So ini tadilah amplitude decreases with time and finally stop. Okay, ini F friction. Okay, and then this is the answer for the second case study. Amplitude decreases with time, finally stop. Okay, what can be done to maintain? Apply external force to the swing. So this is the conclusion from our first and second case study. Okay, so now let's test our understanding on damping. Students, are you ready? Ini soalan sikit saja, a very simple question. Okay, number 1. Which of the following quantity decreases when system undergoes damping? Okay, so which one decreases?
Amplitude.
Yeah, amplitude. Answer is amplitude. For damping, we will look at the amplitude only. Amplitude decreases. Okay, and then second question. Okay, look at the question in English down there. The diagram shows the displacement time graph of an oscillating system. Okay, this is the displacement against time. The system which produced this graph is having a
Damp oscillations.
it is damped oscillation. Okay, damped oscillation. What will be the graph if it's undergo forced oscillation? Kalau dia forced oscillation, the graph will be maintained. Okay, kalau dia forced oscillation, kita bagi external force, so the graph will be maintained. The amplitude will be maintained. Okay, so if it oscillate naturally, so it will undergo damping as shown in this displacement time graph here. Alright, so answer is B, damped oscillation or damping. And then ada lagi tak? Okay, number 3. A system has a natural frequency of oscillation equal to F. Alright, an external force is supplying energy to the system to perpetuate the oscillation of the system. Perpetuate means to maintain. Okay, resonance will occur in this system if the energy is supplied to the system at the frequency equal. Okay, number 3 ini actually due to resonance. Kita akan belajar sebentar lagi. So I give you this question as an exposure to you first. What do you think will happen? Resonance will occur in the system if energy is supplied to the system at the frequency equal to equal to F, equal to the natural frequency of the oscillation. Nah, ini jawapan dia A. Okay, so later on we are going to look at this. What is resonance? Our second term. Okay, our second phenomenon to be discovered today. So you are done with damping. So now let's check on resonance. 5.2.2 to justify the effect of resonance in our daily life. Okay, students. So to understand resonance, normally in the laboratory, we are going to do this activity. It is called as, who know the name of this apparatus?
Pendulum.
Ini kita panggil Button's pendulum. Okay, Button's pendulum is a series of pendulum with a different length. Okay, kalau you tengok di sini, I put a yellow line here. Actually, this is to observe the length of this pendulum. So this is our driver pendulum. Okay, this is pendulum A, pendulum B, pendulum C, pendulum D, pendulum E. So we make the driver pendulum and pendulum E of the same length. Kita bagi dia sama. Ada dua yang sama panjang. Okay, and then the rest itu all different length. And what happened when you move the driver pendulum, you can observe that all other pendulums will started to vibrate, and they are vibrating with different amplitude. Okay, and later on you can see that the pendulum which have the same length, okay, the same length with the driver pendulum will oscillate at the highest amplitude. Okay, tadi cikgu bagi tahu mana yang sama panjang sebenarnya, yang D itu same length with the driver pendulum, not E. Okay, so here you can see that pendulum D vibrate at the maximum amplitude. Okay, because it has the same length with the driver pendulum, which means it has the same natural frequency. Okay, to look for more detail, let's take a look at the next slide. Okay, so kalau kita lukis macam ini. Okay, we have pendulum A, pendulum D, E, C, and B here. So can you tell me which two pendulum are in the same length? Which two of the pendulum have the same length, students?
D and C.
Okay, you can see from the diagram, it is D and C. Okay, C and D, D and C. Okay, D and C of the same length. And which of the pendulum have the same natural frequency? So this must be C and D also. Okay, they have the same natural frequency because of the same length. So bila dia vibrate, dia akan vibrate with the same frequency. Okay, then C. When pendulum D is led to oscillate, so we oscillate pendulum D. So what happened to the other pendulum, students, as you can see from the short video just now? When we oscillate pendulum D, so what happened to the other pendulum? They will also started to, yes, the other pendulum also start vibrating. Other pendulums start to oscillate or start to vibrate. Why? What is the reason they are started vibrating? This is because energy is transferred to the rope. So when D is oscillating, it has kinetic energy. And this kinetic energy transfer through this rope to all other pendulum. So dia punya energy akan jalan. Dia akan pergi sini, the energy transfer to E, transfer to C, and then transfer to B through this rope. So once this pendulum A, E, C, and B receive energy, that is the reason why they are started to vibrate too. Okay, this is what causes they started to oscillate too. Okay, so I hope you're clear with that. And then the next question here, which pendulum will oscillate with the largest amplitude? So which one?
C and D.
C.
Okay, it must be C. Okay, it must be pendulum C. So pendulum C will oscillate with the largest amplitude. Okay, now question E. Okay, which of the two pendulum continue to oscillate even when the other pendulum have stopped? Okay, you boleh tengok sekali lagi. Okay, so you can see the driver pendulum is in the same length with the fourth pendulum here. So the moment we oscillate this pendulum, you can see that so energy transfer to this rope, so all other pendulums will start vibrating. And this one will vibrate at the maximum amplitude because the natural frequency equal to the frequency of the driver pendulum. And then when the time goes by, you can see that all other pendulum will come to a stop. Okay, but you can see D is continuously oscillating sebab dia paling banyak tenaga, so dia akan oscillate paling lama. Okay, so the answer here, pendulum C and D. Okay, because they have the same natural frequency, so pendulum C oscillate at this natural frequency, receive the greatest energy or the maximum energy and oscillate with maximum amplitude. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the answer for E, how to explain why the two pendulum of the same length oscillate at the greatest amplitude. Okay, any question you want to ask so far? Ada apa nak tanya? Okay.
Is just right same frequency salah atau betul?
Come again.
Is I just write same frequency, I didn't write the natural.
You have to write the natural, same natural frequency. Okay. Boleh
Tidak the natural, tidak salah.
So when we talk about resonant, normally we mention the natural frequency. Okay, the same natural frequency. Okay, any other question? Ada lagi soalan lain? Okay, kalau tak ada now, can you please check on page 130, students, 130. Okay, 130, this is activity B on resonance. Okay, we have 2 points to complete that. Okay, number 1, during resonance occur, semasa resonance, apa yang berlaku? A system is made to oscillate at the frequency, what? A system is made to oscillate at the frequency, what? To its natural frequency by what periodic force? Okay, a system is made to oscillate at the frequency equivalent, equivalent to its natural frequency by an external force, external periodic force. So answer for A, equivalent and external. And then for B, the resonating system oscillates at its what amplitude?
Natural.
Yeah?
Maximum.
Natural.
Yeah, maximum amplitude. Okay. The resonating system oscillates at its maximum amplitude. Okay. Dia oscillate at its natural frequency and later produce maximum amplitude. Okay. And then number C, what? What energy transfer? Maximum energy transfer. Okay, maximum energy transfer. Okay, now let's complete the Button's pendulum at number 2. So you can see there is pendulum A, B, C, D, and E there. Given pendulum B and D is of the same length of X centimeter. So for A, pendulum what and what have the same length? Which one have the same length? B and D, right? So you write there B and D have the same length. Okay, and then in point B, when pendulum B oscillate, so pendulum B is our driver pendulum. All pendulums start to oscillate with different amplitude. So this is what you showed just now in the short video. And then see, but the length of pendulum B and pendulum D are the same. So they have the same.
Natural frequency.
They have the same, yes, natural frequency. All right. And then finally, so pendulum D is what? Pendulum D is resonate. Kita kata dia resonate. Resonate and oscillate with maximum amplitude. Okay, I repeat, the pendulum D is resonate and oscillate with maximum amplitude. Okay. Okay, so F, state the phenomenon occurs in E. So this is what we call as resonance. Okay, students, resonance. So define resonance. So how to write resonance? The definition for resonance. So you can write here, resonance occur when a force is applied to an oscillating system at its natural frequency. Okay, this is the definition for resonance. I repeat, resonance occur when a force is applied. Okay, force here refers to external force. Okay, when an external force is applied to an oscillating system at its natural frequency. So the keyword here, force applied, oscillating system, natural frequency. There are 3 keywords you cannot miss. A force apply, oscillating system, natural frequency. Okay. So are you clear with the definition for resonance, students? Okay, are you doing good so far? Can you follow me? Yang diam-diam itu okay ke? Boleh follow cikgu? Okay, I hope you do. Boleh follow. Kalau ada apa nak tanya, kalau malu nak buka mic, you boleh type dekat in-call message. I can read and respond to your question. Okay, so how to conclude this activity? So during resonance, what can we observe? Number 1, the system oscillate with its natural frequency. Okay, during resonance, number 1, system oscillate at its natural frequency. And then second, you can see that the system will oscillate at maximum amplitude. So ada dua benda berlaku. Number 1, system oscillate with its natural frequency. And then second, it oscillates with maximum amplitude. Okay, senang saja resonant ini, damping pun tak susah. Okay, this is to study the production of resonance using tuning fork kit. Kita ada satu video dekat sini. Okay, the gambar ini you boleh dapat from your textbook. So strike tuning fork P with a hammer, move tuning fork Q away from tuning fork P without touching it. So later on you can see that tuning fork Q also vibrating even though they are not in contact. Okay, let us see the demonstration here. Can you hear the sound? Okay. Macam perut. Ada keluar tak sound dia? Boleh dengar suara tak? Any sound? Can you hear? If you can't hear the sound, never mind. Later I will share this video in your Telegram. Okay, you letak dekat sana tadi. What happened? So you can see that when this man hit the first tuning fork, which is placed aside to the second tuning fork, okay, then the second tuning fork also will produce a vibrating sound, even though they are not in contact. Now what he did is to change the mass. Oh, now you tengok bila dia letak satu benda, bila dia tambah, when this man added an additional mass to the second tuning fork, now it is not producing a vibrating again. Sebab bila you tambah, you adjust the mass, you put another things here. So now the natural frequency is not the same anymore. Okay, so bila kita letak apa benda dekat sini, bila you hit dia tak dengar lagi sebab the natural frequency has been disturbed. Okay, so this is what happened. Tak apa, nanti cikgu share video ini dekat Telegram, you can see from that. Okay. Ini sekarang new phenomenon interfere bila dia ketuk dua-dua sekali. Okay, the wave will be mid and then causes interfere. Ini nanti kita belajar in 5.6. Alright. Okay, student, tengok pula next slide. Okay, so the question here, why does tuning fork Q produce sound without being struck? So from the demonstration you see just now, we just hit one tuning fork here, tuning fork P. But later on, tuning fork Q also producing a sound or also started to vibrate. This is because both tuning fork have the same frequency. Sebab dia punya have the same natural frequency. Kena tambah dekat sini. Both tuning fork have the same natural frequency. Yes, Nicholas. Ini kita panggil resonant. Okay, so this is how we explain. The vibration of tuning fork P have force tuning fork Q to vibrate in resonance. Okay, and then second, energy is transferred from tuning fork P to tuning fork Q. And then finally, tuning fork Q vibrates with maximum amplitude and produces sound that can be detected by the microphone. Ini yang berlaku in sequence. Okay, from number 1 up to number 3. Okay, the process. Okay, and this is a pure example of resonance in our daily life. Okay, you boleh tengok dekat sini. Okay. Okay, when this glass is exposed to a very high pitch sound, high pitch means high frequency, at a few moments later it will break the glass. Okay, what happened? What causes the glass to break? You boleh tengok dekat sini. the high pitch sound, high pitch mean high frequency, causes the glass to start vibrating with the same natural frequency. So then resonance occur. Okay, so when resonance occur, the glass vibrates at its maximum amplitude until it breaks. So kalau you disuruh tulis dalam soalan, okay, explain the phenomenon that causes the glass to be break when it is exposed to a high pitch sound. So this is what you should write. Number one, high pitch sound, which is high frequency, causes the glass to start vibrate with the same natural frequency. Second, resonance occur. And finally, it causes the glass to vibrate at the maximum amplitude until it breaks. Okay, ini pun satu. Okay, this is what we call as a dancing bridge, jambatan menari, dancing bridge. Okay, ini Tacoma Bridge in Washington. This bridge collapsed at this date, 7 November 1940. You tengok. If you search from YouTube, also ada the full video. Okay, so on November 7, the movement of the wind produced resonance on the Tacoma Narrow Bridge in Washington. And finally, the bridge collapsed. If you notice student, the wind is not a storm. Dia bukan angin yang kuat pun, dia angin yang biasa saja. Okay, a very mild wind. But what happened, apa yang berlaku, it happened that the wind which is travel very calm, the frequency of the wind meet with the natural frequency of the bridge. So even though it's not a strong wind, but still able to cause resonance and finally causes the bridge to be collapsed. So siapa yang nak jadi engineer itu, you kena measure. Nak buat jambatan ni, nak buat bangunan bukan senang. Dia ada banyak measurement you kena kira. You kena, yes, probability. Okay, you kena uji, try and error. Agak-agak pada waktu ini wind lalu berapa laju. So you can have to avoid that frequency. And then at certain season, the speed of the wind might be changed. So ini semua must be taken into measurement when you are about to design a bridge or a building so on. So tak semestinya angin kuat baru dia boleh runtuh. In somehow, a very calm and mild wind like this also can cause the disaster. Okay, due to resonance. Kita tengok sekali lagi, habis. Ini pun sama. So how it happen, ini from kalau kita tengok from other angle, daripada sudut yang lain pula. So this is the reason what happened on that day. Here I stop the video first. So the movement of the wind has the same natural frequency as the vibration of the bridge. So resonance occur. Action of wind causes the bridge to vibrate maximum amplitude until it collapses. Okay, so tengoklah sini. You nak jogging atas jambatan, you kena hati-hati. Kalau you semasa you lalu dekat jambatan itu, angin yang lalu itu same frequency with the natural frequency of the bridge, it might causes it to collapse. So kamu pun nanti akan jatuh lah dalam air. Right? Ini pun satu lagi. Ini London Millennium Footbridge. It's open at June 2000, year of 2000, experienced unexpected oscillation when 2,000 pedestrians walk on it. Ini, okay? I resonate. Okay, ini contoh lah. Okay, another example. Okay, you can Google from the net, London Millennium Footbridge. So bila ada ramai orang dalam tu, 2,000, okay, how many people? 2,000 people walk on the pedestrian. So they create a resonance equal to the natural frequency of the bridge. So it started to vibrate at the maximum amplitude. Okay, tapi yang ini dia tak runtuh lah, dia cuma vibrate sahaja. Alright. Okay, then, okay, in some musical instrument also resonance occur. Okay, in the tuning of musical. So siapa yang main brass band itu, kamu patut tahu ini. Okay, there is resonance in the musical instrument. Okay, for example in saxophone, ini cymbal, apa kita panggil ini accordion. This is what we call, ini apa ni? Who knows the name of this thing? The musical instrument produce sound by causing the air particle to vibrate. Okay, resonance occur when vibration produced as the instrument are played, force other musical instrument to vibrate too. Okay, brother of saxophone, dia punya cousin. Alright, and then those instruments will be vibrate with maximum amplitude and producing louder sound. That's why if you notice, a group of musicians when they play, they don't even need a microphone. Dia tak perlu microphone pun. Bila dia assemble in one group, okay, when this producing sound, so the next to it will be undergoes resonance. So this will causes the music to become louder sebab semuanya sudah undergo resonance. So you jarang tengok orang letak mikrofon dekat musician. Dia tak perlu mikrofon pun. Okay, they only relies on the resonance which occur due to the group of this musical instrument. Okay.
Teacher.
Yeah.
How we achieve resonance? If
How we
want resonance, how should we do?
If we
want resonance, how should we do?
We itu siapa kita lah. Maksud kamu apa?
Yes. Is I want resonance lah. I want resonance. Saya nak buat apa?
Kamu nak resonance, macam mana maksud kamu? You nak resonance apa pada diri kamu?
No. Maybe event.
You nak create resonance?
Yes. How should I do? Like instrument, many instrument. I want to achieve resonance. How should I do it?
You just play aside. Main sebelah. Okay? You play in a group. Okay?
Okay.
So you play saxophone next to the accordion, then next to the cymbal. So dia akan create satu resonance. Okay, when you assemble in one group, one area. All the musical instrument will vibrating and they will causes resonance to the others. So finally, it produce a louder sound from the musical instrument. Okay?
The frequency will automatically same.
Tengok tak semuanya sama. If happen dia sama frequency, then it will causes the sound to become louder. Okay? Sebab itu bila you main dalam satu, dia akan check you punya ada ahli pancaragam ke dekat sini. Biasanya you ada inspection, macam saxophone you ada setting dia berapa, so you can play harmony. Dia panggil harmony in a group. Okay, so to create that resonance, ini you kena set dia, you kena adjust dia punya pitch. So ini pun, so there are some adjustment we did in the instrument before we started playing them in a big group. Okay, you boleh tanya cikgu pancaragam how do they do the setting. Cikgu tak tahu sangat tentang music, but in physics, that is what happen when you play in a big group of musical arrangement. Okay. Kita tengoklah beberapa contoh. You can ask Cikgu Jufin, can? Okay? Yes. Dia pernah ajar kamu ke? Okay, kita tengok a few example. Sudah tak cukup masa dekat sini. Cikgu harap boleh habis lah. Ini a few simple question only from SPM 2010. Okay, diagram 2.1 show a loaded spring oscillating vertically, mean up and down in water. Oscillating system experience damping. And then 2.2 show the displacement time graph for this damping. Okay, so the question is, damping is a situation when amplitude or wavelength decreases. When? Amplitude, mesti amplitude of the oscillation decreases. Okay, second, state one reason why damping occurs in the oscillating system. So damping is due to
loss of energy.
Loss of energy. Okay, loss of energy or water resistant. Soalan ini dia vibrate dalam air kan, so water resistant. Kalau you vibrate in air, so due to air resistant. So based on this diagram, state the period of the oscillating system. So can you see the period? What is it, students? The period,
0.4 seconds.
yeah, the period is 0.4 second time to produce one complete oscillation, 0.4 second. How about the frequency of the oscillating system? We can find the frequency from the reciprocal
Reciprocal.
of the period. Yes, so what is the frequency here? The frequency is 2.5. Okay, is it 2.5 hertz? Reciprocal of 0.4 is 2.5 hertz. Okay, then what will happen to the period of oscillation when heavy load is used? Kalau kita tambah berat di sini, what do you think happen to the period of oscillation? Increases or decreases? Any idea? The period will be increases. Heavy load will oscillating in higher period. Alright. Okay, and then next, number 5. Okay, now we have a button pendulum oscillating at the frequency of 2 hertz. This one, pendulum X, is oscillating at 2 hertz. Okay, and then all other pendulums started to oscillate when we oscillate pendulum X. The first question, which pendulum oscillate with the maximum amplitude? Is it J, K, L, M, or N? So this one you have to check the line. Mana satu yang panjang dia sama? So it will be M. Okay, it will be pendulum M. You kena tengok dengan pembaris with the ruler. Okay, M. Give one reason for the answer in A. Why do you say M vibrate at the maximum amplitude? Apa sebab dia? Because it has the same length with X, or you say it has same natural frequency with X. Ada dua jawapan yang boleh tulis. Same length with X or same natural frequency with X. Okay?
So teacher,
Yeah.
the same height will have same
Same
natural
frequency,
frequency.
Yeah, same natural
So
frequency.
if my driver pendulum, I place it at the slope.
You place
So
it at the center also, no problem. You place it anywhere also. Okay, so if, which one have the same length with it will vibrate at the maximum. And X ini tak semestinya you letak dia dekat hujung. You boleh letak dia dekat sini juga, X. Okay, and then
at the
we
slope,
vibrate.
teacher. At the
Huh?
slope. The slope
Ini
yeah.
ada. Ini tak kisah. Ini dia mesti sama level. This level ini mesti sama.
If no same,
No same tak boleh. So we make much word. This tight must be very tight. Tali ini dia kena betul-betul tegang. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then ini the phenomenon resonant. So now to calculate the period, given the frequency is 2, so we can find period from the reciprocal of the frequency. Okay, so the reciprocal is 0.5 second. Okay, so dia bagi period, you boleh kira frequency. They give you frequency, you can find period the other way around. Okay, so ini last question code. Okay, ini you kena sketch lah. Ini sketch a graph for damping displacement against time. Okay, amplitude decrease while the frequency remain. Okay, frequency remain, the period also remain. Okay, itu saja. So for tomorrow kita akan sambung, bukan next week lah, ini saya punya tuition. Okay, tomorrow kita akan sambung dengan reflection of wave, student. So I hope you are happy with resonance and amplitude. It's now already 11:34. So I think you may get ready with the next lesson. So anything else you would like to ask before we dismiss? Ada apa nak tanya? Okay, I want you to try to do Uji Kendiri 5.2 in your workbook. Very simple exercise there. One question only on page 131. Can you do that? Okay, so I hope you're clear with damping and resonance. First and foremost, you must know the definition for both. What is damping, what is resonance, and then the reason. What causes damping, and then what causes resonance. And then for the application, in our daily life, where can we see the application for damping and resonance? And finally, how to solve a problem involving damping and resonance. Okay, so with that, I end my lesson today with Okay, are you still there? Masih ada dekat sana. Okay, saya sudah, I don't know what to say yet. Somehow get my tongue. Okay, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your cooperation. So I hope you understand this lesson well, damping and resonance. See you tomorrow with reflection of wave. Okay, bye-bye everyone.
Bye bye, bye
Teacher,
bye.
bye-bye. See you.
Thank you. Take care of yourself. See you again tomorrow.